Okay, let's talk about how to sell an AI book on Amazon the right way, okay? Because there's a wrong way and right way. I'm going to cover the wrong ways first so you can avoid those, and then at the end of this video, I'm going to give the right way. It's going to be a short video. I'm going to get straight to the point. Sorry, I haven't got my t-shirt on today. If you don't know, I live in Mauritius. It's hot here, and we're going through a heat wave, so it's no joke, okay? There's no point in me wearing a t-shirt. I don't use the aircon either, because I try not to, because it's got the word con in it. Why would you trust it? Right, so here's the wrong way to do AI. This is why AI gets so much stick, and I get this stick as well. You know, I talk about using AI to create books, and the guys in my inner circle, my 1K program, the guys on my courses, they know how much depth I go into actually making sustainable long-term income on self-publishing, Amazon KDP, and they know that you can't just do it with AI junk, right? Because what's happening in the market right now? This is mistake number one. You've got your customer here, okay? What most people are doing, because AI's come along, you've got every Tom, Dick and Harry and their dogs, suddenly they can create an AI book. And it's like, wow, I can create this book. Then they've got the book, and now they're like, oh, what do I do with the book? Okay, let's just shove it down this customer's throat until they buy it. Because that's what they're doing with color books. There's like there's no research into the customer, what the customer actually wants. We'll go into that in a sec, but this is what most people do. When you go onto Amazon, you search AI books, color books, it's just saturated with it. There's not really much, like, it's just one big blur of broadness, okay? There are a few that are selling really well because they're speaking to a customer, but the majority of them is just like, oh, I can create a color book. You know, there's people that sell just like templates of color books, just like generic stuff, cats, dogs, or trees. Okay, they do kids style, they do adult style. So this is a kid style. Let's just put in a color book, call it color book for kids, and shove it on Amazon. It's going to sell. This is an adult book, call it color book for adult, shove it on Amazon. Literally no thought about the customer. Let me just sidetrack for a minute. Let's think about how Amazon. You got to think about how Amazon actually works, okay? Forget AI for a minute. Let's just pretend AI didn't exist. This customer would come onto Amazon. They look for books, okay? They might be looking for a specific book, or they're just scrolling, and then one of these books talks directly to them. It kind of like says something on the title and the cover, and they're like, oh, yeah, this makes sense to me. And oh, so the sun's glaring off my iPad. Can't see anything. Here we go. And then they buy it. So what's happened there? What's happened is this book here is speaking directly to that customer, offering some sort of value, some sort of benefit to that customer. That's why they buy it. It's very, very simple stuff. And here's a little test for you. Right? Just think about the last time you bought a book on Amazon. Really think it through. One good way to look at it is when you actually went on Amazon looking for a book, what were you looking for? Why were you looking for it? And then the book you ended up buying, why did you buy it? See, when you piece those things together and you like reverse engineer it, then you know how to create a book to sell to a customer. And also think about a time when you were just scrolling on Amazon and then you saw a book and you decided to buy it. Why did you buy it? So again, reverse engineer it. So in both those cases, you're putting yourself in the shoes of the customer, and that's what a lot of people are not doing, because that's another mistake. They're looking at this customer as not a customer. In fact, I would go as far to say they're not even looking at the customer. They're looking at the book. Like I said, they create the book first, then trying to shove it down some customer's throat. They're not even thinking about the customer. If you're creating a book and it's not for anyone, and it's going to be for anyone, and then of course no one is going to buy it. All right, so quick fix here. Firstly, think of the customer as you or your mum. Think of it as your mum. If you were to create a book for this customer and it was your mum, right, suddenly you start making an effort with the book, right? When you create that book, think of it like, would you buy it? Like, truthfully, would your mum buy it? Like, truthfully. Now, here's an interesting story for you. When I started maybe not so interesting. It's interesting to me, but just listen up. It might help you understand. When I started back in self-publishing back in 2018, I was doing this, but I didn't have AI at the time, so I was just hustling, creating loads of journals. You could do loads of blank journals, line journals there. So it was a case of just doing a line journal and testing different covers. I was not targeting any customer. I was going the volume game, just producing a load of, without the AI, it was slop. It was a load of rubbish, and surprise, surprise, barely any of them sold. Okay, and I published a lot, like nearly 3,000 books and journals. All right. Around the time about 2020, like I was just getting by making lucky sales. I decided to create a journal for myself because I'm into goal setting, and I was looking for a specific journal that would be good for goal setting the way I like to goal set. And that's basically just write your goal down like in seconds, 10, 15 seconds. And then the rest of the journal is about action planning, taking action, being accountable, stuff like that I thought was useful because I couldn't find it. Right. I created that journal for myself. It took about 3 or 4 times to get it right because I'd print it out, I'd see it, and I think I didn't format right, and then I'll do it. But guess what? That started selling, and that book actually made me hundreds of dollars each month because now I would buy it. It was actually a useful journal for another man out there that was good at goal setting. It actually became one of my best-selling journals because I was writing it for myself. I would actually buy it. So that's an honest question you need to ask yourself whenever you're doing KDP. Would you actually buy the book you're doing, or would you actually buy it for your mum? I say your mum because you wouldn't cheat your mum, would you? No one's going to cheat their mum like they would a customer. All these guys doing this AI slop and trying to shove it down the customer's throat. Every book they publish, if you were to ask them honestly, would you buy that book? Would you buy that for your mum? Chances are they're going to say, no, I just put it together because it's easy to do with AI. I just wanted to put it up there and see what happens. Well, what's the point in that? Huh? If you want to make money, you need to sell a book to a customer. So cut the faff out and just get really good at that. And that's my advice for the end of this video. I'm going to wrap this up now because it's boiling hot here, even though I've got no t-shirt on and I've got the fan on. Just think of it like this. Your book, okay, needs to serve a customer. Forget AI for a minute. Just forget AI for a minute. Think of this customer, what their needs and wants are. And you can do this easily, by the way. Just search Amazon, look for books that are selling, and just have a look at why that book's selling. There's a specific reason those books are selling. A lot of the time, it's down to the cover and title, okay? But then also, if they're getting good reviews, the book is actually useful for the customer. So think about creating a book that's actually useful for a human being, a customer on the other side. Remember, you would buy it for yourself. You'd buy it for your mum. This is a human being. So think about that first. Then you use AI to help you create that book. And AI is amazing for this because once you have your book idea, not only can you produce books fast, which is very, very important because it's going to take more than one book to build a lot of money on Amazon. It's going to take a lot of books to get you to understand how to sell to this customer. Pro tip, by the way, stick to one customer so you can learn a lot, learn faster. So you just use AI to accelerate your workflow so you can produce loads of books. So it's good for speed, but also the cover sells a book in Amazon. You can create amazing covers in Amazon. And why is that important? Because everyone judges the book by its cover on Amazon. Okay, so remember that. Customer first, AI as a tool. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Cheers.